What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing today, man? You already know how it go. It is your boy B back with another video, and we are going to be talking about 4 myths with reselling. I'm talking about things people just seem to not really understand or maybe miss. Now, if you don't know, my name is Brandon Jones, and I specialize in helping you make an extra income. I've been reselling since over a decade. I've made way over 6 figures, and let's break down this 6 figures thing, right? So, a lot of people think when you make 6 figures, you're rich. Not true, okay? Especially when you own multiple businesses, right? I don't consider myself rich. I consider myself well off. I also have children, which means I can't spend all of my money on a lot of things that I want. And I also have a unique situation where, I'm a breadwinner, and I'm taking care of a lot of things and people and stuff, and it's very annoying, right? So, I thought once I started to make 6 figures that I would be able to drive a Tesla truck and buy a bunch of different cars. And I don't really believe in leasing. And one thing that I've learned is don't really fake it until you make it, because then you won't make it because you're spending all your money faking. So I try to just be as genuine as possible. And these are myths that will help you become financially okay. Now, I don't really like the thought of how people try to put reselling into a category of a digital product. Prime example, like everybody's saying, sell digital products, you'll become rich if you sell digital products. Like, that's all cap. But when it comes to reselling, we're talking about physical products. We're talking about things that actually hold value. So the first thing that I want to bring up is going to be our network. We have the Hustlers Network that was just released this month. And this network is a network for resellers. It costs $100 a month. It is down below. And it is a network where you're able to get in a community where you get products every single month from me. And these products you can sell anywhere, any place, anyhow. You get 2 classes. On Tuesdays, we have the phone flipping class. On Thursdays, we have the reselling class. We have a Sunday plan of attack. And we also have a special guest Friday where I bring special entrepreneur guests into the community. It's $100 a month. Now, the reason why I started this network is because the previous communities I've had, I've been able to build 5-figure earners. This time, we're trying to build 6-figure earners. And we're also trying to get people that are steady, people that really want to do this, people that really want to live it, and build networks, right? And build businesses together. Join the network if you guys are interested. Click the link right below and you guys can join. Now, when it comes to these myths, we're going to jump right into it. The first one that I have written down, and these are all myths that are 100% from other clients that I have, whether it's eBay automation, Mercari automation, or even book calls, okay? You need a lot of money to start. That's the first myth. Now, there is not a lot of people out there that will ever be able to start something without spending something. Like, let's just make that clear, right? It takes money to make money. I never believed that. I thought that I could be an exception sometimes, and even when I was an exception, it never planned out well, right? So I always now, if I'm doing a business, I want to pay. Because I know that if I pay, I'll be able to reap some type of benefit, and that benefit will actually stay because my money speaks way louder than any words that I can utter, right? So reselling does not cost a lot of money. You don't have to empty your bank account to start reselling. And I honestly know, because I have about 100 plus distributors. I have a warehouse in New Jersey, and I literally buy thousands and thousands of products a month, and I see the price, right? Prime example, if we're talking about like cords, right? The USB to Type-C or the USB to Lightning cable cords, right? Those cords are sometimes to me 99 cents. Sometimes to me they're $1. We have cases, so MagSafe cases that we hang up in our stores. Those cases are anywhere from $3.50 to $5 for me. Now, the reason I'm telling you guys these prices and examples is because when we're looking at startups, I have a website, wesply.com, where I give you access to buying wholesale products, and you can see yourself but it doesn't cost a bunch of money if you're buying products to resell. Now, I think where it gets pricey is when you start trying to take a billion courses and you're trying to learn so much that you're actually learning nothing, right? Because reselling isn't rocket science. Phone flipping isn't rocket science. None of this stuff is rocket science. If you just literally put your money up and stop being scared and understanding that fear that you have deep down, because I still have that fear when I do purchase orders all the time. When I get sent invoices for 2,000 Type-C to Lightning headphones, or when I buy speakers, especially. Like, speakers are one of the most scary transactions I do a month, because speakers are sporadic. Sometimes they sell and sometimes they don't, but that fear never goes away. And I thought one day that it would. I just buy things and not care, but no matter how much money I seem to ever have, I always have some type of reservation, and that's okay. That fear won't go away. You just have to start, right? And understanding that putting that money up is not going into thin air. Like, a lot of people like to smoke and drink and stuff, but when you spend that money, that money is literally going into thin air. Like, it's not going anywhere, right? But those products, you go ahead and you buy that product will be sitting there until you sell it. That product is physical, right? The next one is you can thrift for huge profits. Now, I see a lot of influencers out here that are selling deodorant, they're selling dish detergent, anything they can put their hands on. Now, I want to let you know, I can get any of that. All of that I have in my warehouse, all of that I have access to. I have access to deodorant, cleaning supplies, sink equipment, toilet paper, paper towels, anything, right? Gloves. I have so much reach because I've done so much great business with people and been able to network, right? And I'm so thankful for that. But the reason I don't sell all of that is because a lot of people out here are trying to thrift, and they go to stores, look for clearance, go to Ross and all of those places, and yeah, they make it look good on the internet, but I'm gonna tell you something. You buying deodorant, one, some of these products are regulated where you can't list them on every platform, nor can you create your own website for some of them. And a prime example is hand sanitizer. You can't create a website selling hand sanitizer, and it's like so many restrictions. Bleach, like little things like that where you might want to sell it, but you're competing against big box businesses, and sometimes you'll win. But I'm gonna tell you something, you're not gonna win enough to become profitable to where you can actually take that money and let that money build into something other than that business, right? Like, thrifting is a hobby. Thrifting is not something that you're gonna do to actually be able to propel your business to new heights. And anybody that tells you that that is a lie is lying. I'm telling you the truth. Thrifting is great as far as a start out point, but it's not something that you want to do to build your business and scale. You can't scale thrifting because you are depending on someone else's stock. All right. So you can't make huge profits from that. I've had mentees that have tried, and even with clothes, like, they always got to a certain point and hit a ceiling that they couldn't get over. All right. Next, you have to sell online. That is a definite myth, right? You don't have to sell online. And I urge all of my mentees, and that's what I'm telling you, join a network, because I teach you how to do this. During the summertime is when they make the most money. They make the most money. Now, why do they make the most money? They make the most money because guess what? When you are going and you're selling and you're actually reaching these different heights, and you're going to flea markets, or you're going to events, or you're going to pop-up shops, you're actually giving yourself a better chance to actually be in front of customers. And it's like, being in front of these customers is going to benefit you way more than it would benefit you with any other business, because you can go on eBay, you can go on Mercari, you can go and sell on these platforms, but these platforms are not going to ever compete with you being in front of a customer and creating that physical relationship to where now they may come back to your stand the next time you're there. I would always urge people to sell in person also, and not just rely online. Because again, online, you don't control that storefront. That storefront controls you. We want control no matter what. No matter what. And the next one that I have, and the last one, is you can lose out on money easily. Now, the reason that I have this is because I do understand that a lot of people have that fear that I talked about earlier, right? That fear of, okay, if I do buy these products, I might not make money. Let me give you a situation when I really learned the power of products. So I'm in the airport. I was in a relationship at the time and I was depressed. So I moved to California and I got a call about my kids and they needed me and I needed to fly back to Philly. So I go ahead and book a ticket. The ticket was about maybe $2,500 because it was so last minute and I forget what holiday it was. It was a holiday. It was just a lot. So I spent the bread on the ticket, but I was just in my head like, dang, like it's a lot of bread. So I'm sitting in the airport. I'm thinking to myself, how am I gonna get all of my stuff back to Philly? Like I'm just thinking. And I see a person struggling next to me and they're just struggling through their bag and they're just annoyed and like, dang, I don't have this, I don't have that. And they're talking on their phone and they're saying they don't have AirPods. I think it was AirPods. Yeah, they don't have AirPods. And they were just so upset. And they were like, I'm going to just have to go to the vending machine. It's going to cost me this, and this. As I'm like pissed off, I look over to them like, I got AirPods. I own this business right here. I pulled it up. I showed them. I said, let me know, if you need them. Well, how much? Well, in the vending machine, they're charging you $250 plus tax. I'll just do the flat $250. Boom. And that moment really changed a lot of my perspective because I started to realize that no matter where I'm at, I can sell these products. And it saved me some money, right? Because I made a little money from that flight. But it showed me that like no matter what product you invest in, if you put it in front of the right customer, or if you get in front of the right customer, you'll always be able to sell it. So these assets will never diminish. And one more story. So during the pandemic, Trump issued a bunch of stimulus, right? And the stimulus checks, I thought were working in my favor. More people would come into the store and start buying stuff. But instead, my employees started to try and quit. And, they wanted me to compete with the $600 and something and all of that, right? I had just brought a new shipment of these Joa speakers, and these are big party speakers. And these speakers did not sell during the pandemic the whole year. And I spent like $25 for like 500 of them. And I was so down in the hole. I put them in storage and I closed my store. Long story short, a few years later, I opened up another store and then I took the speakers out of storage. Remember, I put $500. No, I put a lot of money. I got 500 of them. I don't remember how much money I spent, but I spent a lot of money and I'm deep in the hole. So I opened up this store and there's a whole bunch of different assortments of speakers. And I brought the speakers out of storage. They sold like hotcakes. Then it was right before the summer. And the money that I had on hold came back 3 times. And that is another way to look at it. Like reselling products will always get you money if you're patient enough and if you put the product in front of the right customer. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.